we will open up for a Q&A after his address. So you are warmly welcome, and I will invite the president at this moment to come and address us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, General Secretary. Let's welcome to the podium the President of the Ghana Journalists Association, Mr. Albert Jumfor, to address us. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, colleagues.
Good afternoon.
Are we here? Good afternoon, colleagues.
Good afternoon.
Let me first of all thank you all for making it to this all-important first national briefing of the Ghana Journalists Association. We are grateful to all of you, and we hope that this year our collaboration and cooperation will yield more positive results. My regional chair, one of my venerable National Council member, let's acknowledge him, William Jaluda. That is the chairman of the Upper East regional branch of the GJA. Not chapter, please. Chairman of the Upper East regional branch of the GJA. Willie, you're welcome. Come forward. Come forward. Come forward. Okay. Members of the National Executive of the GJA, colleague media practitioners, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you all. We are in the 4th week of 2025, and the first month of the year is almost coming to an end. But I believe goodwill messages do not go stale, and therefore cannot be spiked. Inspired by that belief, and on behalf of the National Executive of the Ghana Journalists Association, GJA, I wish all of you here and all media practitioners across the country a happy and prosperous new year. We pray that 2025 will be better than 2024 as we look forward to resetting the wrongs in the media landscape. And the key word is resetting the wrongs. Resetting the wrongs in the media landscape. This may be an... Colleagues, the National Executive of the GJA decided at its retreat in December 2023 to use the National Constitution Day on January 7th every year to set our expectations for the year and discuss pertinent issues of concern in the media landscape. In that regard, we held a maiden National Constitution Day press conference on January 8th, which was a Monday, that's 2024, just because the January 7th, the Constitution Day last year fell on the Sunday, which was on the weekend. So January 8th was the commemorative day to set the tone for what we expected to be a challenging year. Given the proactive initiative we outlined at that press conference and how we sought to discharge our responsibilities, you will agree with me that the media generally passed the test of election coverage in 2024. Once again, the Ghana Journalists Association wishes to commend all media practitioners and houses across the country for doing a great job for our beloved country. We also wish to thank our partners, both corporate and individuals, who helped to make our year successful. And with this, a special one goes to the KGA group, who for the first time partnered us in creating or bringing something that has never happened before. That is the National Media Coordination Center. And also the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation and all our major media partners. Colleagues, talking about elections, it is appropriate at this point to congratulate His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama on winning the 2024 presidential election. For the avoidance of doubt, President Mahama is a member of the Ghana Journalists Association. And being one of us, we believe that he shares in the frustrations and plight of journalists and must be seen as working for the interest and development of the media. We are indeed proud to have once again our member emerge as the #1 gentleman of Mother Ghana. We also wish to congratulate another member of the GJA, Mr. James Gudu, who has been nominated by the President as Voter Regional Minister Designate. We wish our comrades the best in national governance and pledge to support them to achieve their goals. Colleagues, absence of Ministry of Information. Colleagues, having congratulated President Mahama on his election as President of the Republic of Ghana and Mr. Gunu on his nomination as Voter Regional Minister Designate, and also having underlined the fact that they are members of the GJA and therefore the pride of place journalists and the media occupy in government, it is pertinent to ask, where is the Ministry of Information now? We want clarification from His Excellency the President on the rationale for the removal of the Ministry of Information from his government portfolios. We observed that whilst the first Mahama administration saw the measure of Communication and Information Ministries, the second Mahama administration appears to completely dissolve the Ministry of Information. We are appealing for clarity on this new policy direction. We also want to know the budget holding ministry for the state-owned Ghana Broadcasting Corporation and Ghana News Agency. Our members in these state-owned media houses want some clarity on the new policy direction. Colleagues, the nomination of a Minister of State for Government Communication may be instructive. However, we want to know if the government has any plan of continuing with the media development programs of the previous government, including the Media Capacity Enhancement Program, MCEP, and the coordinated mechanism on the safety of journalists. One thing that readily comes to mind is attacks against journalists and other media practitioners. This phenomenon has been a major drawback to Ghana's word press freedom index in recent years. We are poised to reset this narrative. We shall continue to defend media freedom, and in so doing, we shall not tolerate attacks against media practitioners. We call on all stakeholders, including the executive, legislature, and judiciary, as well as civil society organizations, to help address this unfortunate situation. More specifically, we urge the Ghana Police Service to act swiftly in arresting perpetrators of such crime and prosecute them accordingly. Colleagues, just last week, we received the disturbing news of barbaric attack on Ahmed Suale of the Multimedia Group Limited. He was brutally attacked by a mob of illegal small-scale miners operating in the Offin Shelter Belt Forest Reserve. Ahmed Suale, who was leading a joint news team to cover a police operation to clamp down on the activities of the illegal miners, was nearly killed by the mob. This is an excerpt of the report on the attack published on MindJoy Online. And I read, he sustained head and chest injuries, twisted fingers, and multiple cuts on his body after surviving a machete attack in what appears to be an attempt to cut off his right leg. Colleagues, this is very sad, and this is what happened to a journalist working in the interest of the public and Mother Ghana. This is what happened to a journalist working to ensure that our land and natural resources are not devastated and dissipated. This is what happened to a journalist working to ensure that children are not born with deformities as a result of contamination of the environment with hazardous substance. A journalist working to ensure that we all don't suffer health hazards from the activities of illegal small-scale miners, and yet we have all kept quiet on this matter. Colleagues, in the matter of Oyemi Tebia and another outstanding barbaric case of assault involving Erastus Asari Donko, also of the Multimedia Group Limited, we appeal to His Excellency President Mahama to take a personal interest in them and ensure that the perpetrators are arrested, arraigned, and punished for their crimes. We wish to remind the President of the commitment he made to the media on July 7, 2024. At the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel during his media engagement. On that occasion, I, on behalf of the GJA, asked the President, the then flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, about his thoughts on the privatization of the state-owned media and assault of media practitioners. And this was the President's response. The President said he was against both instances and pledged to promote the interests of the media at all times. This is the time we expect the President to redeem his pledge. It is said that action speaks louder than words. Ahmed Suale case. Colleagues, another case that has baffled the nation and indeed the international community over the years is the murder of investigative journalist Ahmed Suale. It is very unfortunate and indeed disappointing that 6 years after the murder of Ahmed Suale, no arrest has been made. What is even more disheartening is the lackadaisical police investigations into the matter. Police investigation into the murder. You may recall the shocking disclosure made by the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Godfred Yabu-Adame, in February 2024, that his office had not received from police any docket fit for prosecution or action on the murder of Ahmed Suale. This was 5 years after the murder of the investigative journalist. Just last week, the Member of Parliament, MP, for Gomua Central, Kwame Asari Obey, popularly called APlus, publicly indicated that he had given information to the Police Criminal Investigation Department, CID, regarding the suspected killers of Ahmed Suale. He went further to threaten that if the police did not come public with a state of investigations into the killers, he will be compelled to publish the name of the suspect he submitted to the police. And I want to quote him. At this point, it appears, I quote exactly what he said. At this point, it appears the matter has been sidelined. If no update is provided within 48 hours, I will invoke my authority as a Member of Parliament to formally summon the Ghana Police Service to brief Parliament on this case. Should that fail, I will utilize my Facebook and other social media platforms to update the nation on what I know about the matter, which shall include the name of the alleged perpetrator. He noted. The comment made by APlus have raised many questions that cast doubt on the willingness of the police to resolve this matter. Way forward on Ahmed Suale. Given the fast eroding trust and confidence in the police in respect of investigation, arrest, and prosecution of suspects involved in the murder of Ahmed Suale, the GJA has decided to take some decisive steps to resolve the matter including seeking redress in international forums. The steps we envisage to take include, but not limited to, the following. First, we are giving the Ghana Police Service up to the end of March 2025 to come out with something concrete on the investigation, arrest and prosecution of suspects in the murder case. We urge the Inspector General of Police, IGP, and the CID boss, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, who we are told has been approved by Parliament. Yeah, so it's not designate anymore. He has been approved. We were approved yesterday. Yeah, we have been sworn in today. So the Attorney General and Minister of Justice and the President to take keen interest in this case. Second, we shall, in the interim, organize a series of activities, including press conferences at the end of February and March, to update the media and the general public on the case. We shall also be briefing our international partners, including the diplomatic missions, the Federation of African Journalists, and the International Federation of Journalists, IFJ, about development on this case. In fact, our international partners are very much interested in this case. They are willing and ready to take the case to any level internationally for resolution. I just returned from a meeting of FAJ in Rwanda, and the Ahmed Suale case was prominent in the discussions. Third, if by the end of March 2025, we have not seen or heard satisfactory reaction to our demand, we shall proceed to the Economic Community of West African States. I state again, we shall proceed to the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, Community Court of Justice, to seek resolution of this matter. We are preparing fervently towards that end. And let me by this juncture extend compliment from the President of FAJ, Umar Farouk, who is working closely with the IAG and waiting for a report on this matter to also take the matter up at the International Criminal Court. Colleagues, we also intend to take the case of Lateef Idrisu, formerly of Multimedia, to the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice if nothing concrete comes from the police by the end of March 2025. Lateef, a little background on Lateef Idrisu. Lateef, while working with Multimedia, was assigned to cover or to offer coverage at the front of the CID, that is the Criminal Investigation Department head office at the police headquarters. Lateef was brutally assaulted by unidentified police officers at the headquarters of the Criminal Investigation Department while covering a demonstration by some supporters of the NDC. The assault damaged his car, and since then he has been battling for his life. However, 6 years after the incident, police investigations have been rather tardy. The police claim they do not have or cannot find evidence for prosecution. They further claim the CCTV at the crime scene was faulty on that fateful day Lateef was assaulted. Police are saying since crime has no expiry date, anytime or day, they will find evidence, they would initiate prosecution. We shall proceed to the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice to hear what they will also say on this case. Obuasi killers. Police. The GJA does not always raise alarm